What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles welcoming you to another edition of Lyles Figure Files. Happy Thursday. One more day before Friday. One more day of work for me. Very excited. Before summer break starts off. And lots to talk about, a whole lot to talk about. Lots of photos to show from the Maryland Toy Expo. I'm going to be obnoxious and go, hey guys, check out all my vacation photos. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to show you some cool photos and so much cool stuff. So many pre-orders, so much stuff in my pile of loot. And I've got a lot to share this time. Because typically, I got one or two things. This time it was ridiculous. But first, before I go any further, I want to make sure to thank the Lyles Figure Files VIP members. You know them, you love them, at least you appreciate them almost as much as I do. That's DJ No Good, Pixelated Poses, David Thanos, Lawson Wallace, John Morrissey, Retro Robo, Jamlin Parks, Blake Tarpley, Lefty T Lions BK, Robert Hayes, Nathan William, James Green, MOC Turtle, Tom Finn 2018, Jay Woods, Ryan Daly, and of course, The Rock himself, Henry G. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. Once again, my lighting feels really weird. I've got all the lights on in my room. Yet somehow I still feel like I'm shrouded in darkness. We'll figure it out later. And then of course, I also want to make sure send a special note, appreciation, shout outs to the Lyles Figure Files super supporters. Kwame Taylor, John Morrissey, Robert Hayes, and Lawson Wallace. Thank you all so much. Hopefully y'all are enjoying all the content we're continuing to crank out here over Lyles Figure Files. And at 9:30, 9:45, got some news about a giveaway. No giveaway here tonight. So for those of you who are like, what's the giveaway? Not tonight, but I've got some big news about one. So stay tuned. And while I'm talking about giveaways, let's talk about one of our winners who just got in the mail very fast, courtesy of our guy Lawson Wallace, one of our VIP members. This incredible Hulkbuster Iron Man Marvel Legends. Here it is. Retro Robo, the proud owner of the Hulkbuster Iron Man. Yeah, it looks really sweet. It's a big, massive figure. Check out this display of Marvel Legends behind him, though. Wow. Talk about some cool posing. Look at all this. I mean, that is some dynamic posing. Check out the Daredevils. That's really fun. He's got 4, 5, 6, but somehow this Daredevil shelf still looks really cool and amazing. I mean, it's just check out the Spider-Man. This is great stuff. Really cool setup. I mean, we've got a Hank Pym shelf. Awesome. And I love seeing everybody's displays. So if y'all want to do an episode where you show off your collection, I will happily do it. I probably won't show mine because it's still in a state of disarray. I'll focus on one section. So if you go, hey, I want to do Marvel one, I'll happily show off the Marvel section. As it stands at this very moment, I won't care what still needs to be unboxed and reviewed and all that good stuff. I'll just show what I've got there. Or if you want to say, let's see the DC side, I'll show you the DC side, or the wrestlers, or the Star Wars, or whatever else. There's so many collections. G.I. Joe, it's a whole bunch. But anyway, thank you all for tuning in, and let's see what's up with the chat here before I go any further with all the fun stuff. Lawson Wallace, just mentioned him. Greetings from planet Earth. What's up, Lawson? How are you tonight? Jamla Parks here. Hello. Hey, how you doing? What's up, love? Blake Tarpley. What's up, man? What's up, Jeff and the Figure Filers? What's up, Blake Tarpley? So listen, this past weekend, my dear brother Numsy, Jace, you see him on Lyles Movie Files every week with me. We went to Maryland Toy Expo up in Timonium, Maryland. Had a blast. And one of the reasons it was such a blast was because we got to see in person the man, the myth, the not so legendary, the above extraordinary Blake Tarpley, our guy, caught us right after we took our first photo. So, of course, we had to get a pic with Blake. So there he is. There's me, Blake, and Chase. So that was really fun hanging out with Blake. And I promise I won't spam you all with all these Toy Expo photos, but I'm just going to show you a few more because it was really fun. And it was wild and crazy to me. People were like, yo, Last Figure Files. I'm like, where? Oh, you're talking about me? So that was really cool because people were actually watching the show and going, what's up? So that was really fun meeting Ivan, meeting Mitch, Jonathan, Nicholas. Very fun, very cool to actually be recognized at a toy convention. I was like, yo, check this figure out. And they're like, yo, Wow, Figure Files. I'm like, wow, okay, cool. So that was cool. Thank y'all for indulging me and taking photos with me because I was like, yo, my mom, my wife is never gonna believe that people actually know me from talking about figures. So here, some really cool photos of people I got to meet, hanging out, who watched the show. So thank you all for continuing to watch the show. All the great stuff. Really do appreciate it. While you're oops Oh boy, let's chalk that up to whack user error. You didn't see anything, I didn't put it up there. Here you go. So there's some of the photos, really cool. And it's really awesome meeting people at toy conventions because it's just like everybody's here. We're looking for some good deals. And here's just a quick snapshot of some of the stuff that I checked out. And what was really cool about the Toy Expo, the vendors weren't trying to get rich. So I don't know if you can really make out the prices, but check it out. They weren't charging crazy prices. Yes, some of the stuff you might be able to find cheap at a discount, but for the most part, you can figure like Tarantula, he's dropped in prices all over 15 bucks. So if you happen to miss a discount, that's a reasonable price. It's not the same as everybody else. 25 for the newer figures, that's fair. 22 for some of these other ones. I felt like these prices were really solid. It wasn't like a rip off. Let's just try to get paid off of people who can't find stuff. Now, granted, of course, there were some stuff crazy price, but not the entire case for everything. And I was able to find some good stuff. Of course, I'm going to show you those, but it was a really cool deal. And getting to see these Mythic Legion figures in person, really, really impressive. I've only seen pictures and they look cool in pictures, but seeing it in hand holding a figure, it was like, wow, really impressive. I was proud of my resolve not to dip into another line because, boy, that one would be really expensive and crazy. Here's some more stuff, some old school vintage stuff in here. Very fun. I mean, seeing on card DC classic figures, including that I'm too tiny for this box, Kid Flash, Hawk Girl. I feel like there was a time when everybody was trying to track her down. That was cool to see some more goodness, including the Power of the Force 12-inch Star Wars line from Hasbro, speeder bike, old school X-Men from Toy Biz. Yeah, I told you I wasn't going to spam, but it's just kind of fun going down memory lane, seeing this stuff like the Police Academy figures. How, why did anyone think that was a necessity? The old school, is this Galoob, was it? Or LJ? No, it wasn't LJ. I think it was Galoob who did the WCW figures, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Tick figures, the classic, straight up with a 3 for 10 KB toy sticker. How many of you all went nuts buying those figures like me? I mean, this was, oh man, it was a perfect rabbit hole because there were so many figures by this point, and I just gobbled them up. So many $10 sales. I went to so many KB toys, grabbing up all these figures I could find because this deal was insane and crazy. And I caught up all those figures that I skipped because I was getting too old because I was in college, intensified them dramatically. Here's some Transformers. Check out all the old school combiners. That is cool. I mean, look at Metroplex. He looks like a shrimp compared to Fortress Maximus. There's Predaking, Omega Supreme, Ultra Magnus. I mean, Superion, who I'm building right now. Just very fun stuff. And it's just cool seeing all of these figures on display. Very awesome. Here's Elektra, Karate Kid, some Mego figures. Blake checking out some stuff here. What else was really fun? Oh yeah, this guy, MC Hammer. Wow. I mean, geez, crazy stuff. Some wrestlers. And here we go. More of that gateway to my current day figure obsession. More of these Fantastic Four figures. And check a look here. Almost got all these figures, except for this guy. Hasbro, get with it. We still need him. And check this Medusa out with a hair snare action platform. Maybe that's what they could do to get a better version of Medusa out to Marvel Legends. I feel like she needs an update and a better version with a little articulation. I think that could possibly work there. And here we are with our haul. Yeah, you're about to see some of it. We did some pretty solid damage, though. I have to say, I was pretty impressed with what we were able to pull off. There were some luminaries besides these Mego figures, including the Ghostbuster crew. I checked this out, and they even had a special guest, the Charm City Ghostbusters. I want to make sure to give them a shout out. And to my guy Grant, Darth Vader coming through. I mean, look out. You've got Slimer, you've got the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, you got Ghostbusters, you got Darth Vader coming through. Stay tuned and then check it out. The Shadow. We got Mission Impossible figures, which I didn't even remember. The Double Dragon figures. I mean, there's just anything gets a figure back in those days. Crazy times. And yeah, Tick, Words of Virtue. Did not take those Police Academy and the Starship Trooper figures. I'll show those next time. But anyway, there you go. Thank you for indulging me on my trip through. Oh, looks like we got some major news. We got a new member over here on Lyle's Figure Files. What's up, Vince? Congratulations on becoming a member. Thank you so much. This is cool. This is my first live member. So, Vince, thank you for joining the party. Welcome to the team. And stay tuned, of course. I'm always trying to make sure the members, the VIP members, get exclusive content, not exclusive contracts, exclusive content. So stay tuned. But thank you so much, Vince. Big moment here on the channel. Appreciate it. All right, so let's see. Let me see. Where was I? Lawson. How's it going this evening, fellows? Jeffrey, I hope you're all doing well. Can't complain. Lost one. What's the haps? What's up, Jamlin? I kind of like that for him. And that would be a good hip hop name for Lawson. Just waiting for the live chat, working out what paints to use on that Hulk head that I primed. Won't be dry enough till tomorrow to paint it. Lawson, I can't wait to see how it turns out. Lawson is keeping us really entertained with all these really cool photos, these drawings he does. So it's good stuff. I can't wait to see that one too. Lawson, I found my copy of Crisis on Infinite Earths, #1, that I purchased off the shelf back in 1985. Yeah, that was a game changer. And I was like, what is happening? I was learning the DC universe right around the same time the Crisis came out. And by the time the first issue came out, I had no idea what was going on. I was like, how did they mess this up? Because by this point, I've read enough comics that there were some miscolorations, some problems. Gung Ho might be painted, or Roadblock may be painted or colored in Gung Ho colors. It's like, and vice versa in some panels. So when I saw the Earth 2 Superman, I was like, darn it, they messed up. Let me color Superman's temples. They shouldn't be white. I was like, so confused. But it was a great read. One of my favorite stories. And I would love for Mattel to just like have a wave or two every year with their new DC line dedicated to getting all the characters from Crisis done. That would be really fun, like a major like endeavor and initiative of theirs. We do this every year. We're doing 2 waves, 4 or 5 figures featuring characters from Crisis. How fun would that be? Blake, have you ever read Crisis? Yes. Gotta read it. It's awesome. Retro Robo. What's up, Jeff and the Figure Files crew? What's up, man? How are you? I also bought 2 copies of Who's Who that day, too. The DC Handbook with Batman in it. Yeah, man. When Crisis hit, I was 15. Wow. Blake, I had read 1 and 2 so far, but got distracted by the Phoenix Saga. I was going to jump into it this week. Man, I should have you record your reaction once you finish reading through Crisis, because I don't know how it would read now in 2025 with so many multiverses, but reading it the first time was like, whoa, what is happening? And I still think it's a good read. Great read. King Collector, the king is in the building. What's up, y'all? What's up, King Collector? How are you? Omega 579. Hey, what's happening? I'm celebrating the big 5-0 today. Happy birthday. My best Fellowship of the Ring hobbits hanging out at Bilbo Baggins' happy birthday voice. Well, thank you for sharing some of it here with Loud Bigger Files. Shout out to you, Omega. I'm celebrating the big 5-0 later on this year. So happy birthday to all of us hitting the big 5-0. 50 more to go. Happy birthday. Man, Austin, we had a storm coming home and it was like, I hope it didn't knock out the power. Not because I'm worried about the air conditioning in this weather, but because it's like, man, it's Thursday night. I gotta do my live. What's happening? Gotta connect with my peeps. So yeah, I'm glad. No problem. Retro Robo knows. Now these storms ain't no joke. We just had a rough patch out here a couple hours ago. Very, very true. Jeff, it's probably your bright white shirt. It is especially clean. I make sure to use that popping powder, the soap there to make sure it stays vibrant white. I'll see what happens when I put on the black shirt later on. David Thanos, what's up, man? What's up, party people? What's up, G Brew? How are you? X Factor Part 2 soon. Y'all lost in next week. You might see it. You might see it because I'm going to have that oh so precious commodity that I've not had for months. Time. So alert, Clock King, Kronos, the Time Master, the Time Trapper. About to knock this bad boy out. I hope you enjoy the Hulkbuster Retro Robo. It's a cool figure. Yeah, man. Looks amazing. Sam Spurgeon. What's going on, Sam? There's that golden age, Sam, man. It's a great figure. Lawson. I bet that new Juggernaut will be as big as Hulkbuster Iron Man or maybe bigger. It looks impressive. Maurice. What's up, man? Good times on all. Jalen Price. Speaking of giveaways, can the winners please communicate your info promptly so that you can get your free item shipped out to you right away? Absolutely. David Thanos. Golden Child was a classic. Absolutely. Absolutely. Rick Cage is here. Greetings, all. Captain. At ease, Rick Cage. Blake. Such a blast getting to meet Jeff and Jason. See all the other fans beside me. Come up to Jeff. Next year, all you in the chat need to meet up too. Be awesome. Jason and I may road trip. We got to find one that we can all, it's like a central place for all of us. That'd be really cool to hang out. Retro Robo. Yeah, that Juggernaut looks huge. He's going to give Hulkbuster some competition on the shelf. Where are you posing? Where are you putting them with your Iron Man figures or what? Let us know. Dark Knight 297. Jeff and the Figure Files crew. What up, party people? What's up, Dark Knight? How are you? King Collector. You know, Joe Fest is this weekend. I did. Maybe next year I can. Next year I'm probably going to go to a lot more cons. So stay tuned. David Thanos. Make sure before you take the picture with people, they sub to the channel. That'd be terrible. Patrick P. Hi. Lawson says, congrats, Vince. Welcome, Vince. David Thanos. Welcome, Vince. Get ready for the hazing. Lawson. Mythic Legion figures are kind of next level in terms of sculpt and paint. Yeah. I mean, it's like the pictures, they look cool, but seeing them and seeing like how sturdy they were, it's like, wow. Next level indeed. That con had some cool stuff. They really did. I've been to Awesome Con and Baltimore Comic Con. I've been in New York, and I've seen plenty of really cool, fun sections with toys and like, but this was something on a whole different level because it was just toys. It was like, this is incredible. So much fun. And yeah, it was awesome. Retro Robo. I've got to make that Toy Expo next time. Never been. Well worth it. Well worth it. Jalen Price. Everyone trying to track down his Hawk Girl? History repeats itself. Right. Because she was, but that wave was really good. DC Classics was cranking out one great wave after another. And I feel like their momentum kept rolling right around until that Super Friends wave, which I felt was a little bit divisive. People were like, why do we have the Super Friends characters? Get us more. My biggest gripe with that wave was the outfit choice for Captain Boomerang. I was like, no, Classic, please. Lawson. Karate Larvel Jones figure. Jeffrey, how could you pass that up? Do you remember that cartoon? Well, the main reason I think was because they only had him. If they had more of them, I might have been tempted. Just move the Justice League out of the way, move the Justice League out of the way, and put them over there. Because Police Academy would have been really funny to have on the shelf. King Elector. Lawson, no, I'm not going, but it is just next door in Georgia. Georgia. Andre Montalongo. What's up, Andre? Hello, all. What an exciting past week with some of the new toy announcements. I think those last S's are correct because it's money, 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 money. Lawson, you should have gotten MC Hammer for Chief. We did take a picture of him and said, Chief, what's up? You want in? He did not respond. Lots of cool stuff. Yeah, Maurice, it was amazing. JMC, what up, Jeff and crew? Good, man. How are you? Great photos from the con. Thank you. I used to go nuts, just like taking all kinds of pictures, and it was like, wow. Coming back and editing them became like, whoa, what was I thinking? King Collector, Mission Impossible figures. When did that happen? TV or movie figures? I don't really think the likeness is based on Tom Cruise. I think right around the time of the TV show, there's the because they did like a reboot. And I feel like this is probably in the early or maybe late 80s. But yeah, I think that's when those figures are from. Play Star, what's up? I'm starring your comments, so I don't forget it. David Thanos, a shelf of that Hammer with Super 7 Flavor Flav would be amazing. And speaking of Flavor Flav, this is a terrible transition because he has absolutely nothing to do with him. But in terms of rappers, Entertainment Earth, one of my affiliates, has the Notorious Big Deluxe BIG. This is their streamlined one, not their more super expensive version, back in stock, and he's actually available right now. So he's $37.99. I think the original one was like 54, 55, something wild. He came with a lot more than this, but it's got his Jesus piece. It's got his sunglasses, and he's got a mic. So you can get a lot of cool Biggie poses with this figure. Pretty solid. I am fully lamenting now never being able to have a Puff Daddy figure to go along with him, or Mace. Man, I love a Black Rob, Lil Kim, maybe even Lil C. That would have been ideal. But now all I'm gonna get is this Biggie figure. Biggie, but pretty solid. And for 37, I feel like this is a better deal than that original one. Yeah, I have more accessories, but what all do you really need for a big figure? But I really would have been all in for full bad boy wave. But Wu-Tang Clan is on tour, their farewell tour. Super 7, let's get a whole box set. Not those little small reaction ones, but a full-on 7-inch scale line of Wu-Tang figures so I can buy them and then replace the Justice League with Johnny Blaze and the crew. You're welcome, Jeffrey. Thanks, man. Really appreciate that. The Vegas Sticky Marvel Legends Shatter Star. Oops, sorry. Let me save that so I don't forget it for later. Snake Eyes, what's going on? Howdy to you. Lawson, most of my original X-Men comics from the Claremont Burn era, from the ones I bought from the spinner rack back when I was like 10. A few I replaced with better copies, but I love all that stuff. That's my favorite run of comic books. There are some that are really good and not that far off of that uncanny X-Men run from the time the new team shows up, bails them out fighting Krakoa till Cyclops' departure is my favorite run because it's just so good. It's them bouncing from place to place, fighting all these new villains, going all these different locations, meeting new allies and new threats. It's amazing and great character work, and it's just awesome all around. So, of course, that includes the Dark Phoenix saga in there. It is does not get any better than that for me in terms of comic books. Maybe I'll break that down soon too. X Factor 2. Looking forward to it, Jeff. I am too. I think it'll be a lot of fun. And I got to tie it with something else I'm going to show off soon. David Thanos. Is that a new McFarlane shelf back there? I see. Oh, think so. Um, let's see. You can see it better. My Entertainment Earth order of the Eradicator is shipping, so that's cool. He'll be here probably in time for the next. Hey, here's what I got this week. But no, I don't. I've moved a few things as I'm taking photos. I finally opened up my Alan Scott, and gosh, this figure. I mean, this cape isn't terrible, but oh man, if he had one of those posable capes, he would be amazing. I mean, he's pretty cool. I mean, there's some things that it's like, oh gosh, I want to get him in Farland, but there is some evidence that they didn't totally drop the ball, even though I feel like, for consistency's sake, they could have caught this stuff. His ring, it should be on the left hand. It's not, it's on the right. He should have a collar. And I don't know why they chose not to give him the prominent collar like you normally see with him. But George Perez actually drew him like this without the collar. So the shirt collar, not the flared up cape collar. So I got to give him a break there. He's like, well, George Perez didn't draw that. And, I always say, if you're going to base your figures on anybody, George Perez is a great one to go with. So yeah, but man, that soft goods cape, the posable cape would have been awesome with him. And I was checking around. I was like, oh man. And I found this. Anybody know? Oh gosh, this is the last one. I feel like I should jump on this now. But McFarlane Toys Green Lantern Alan Scott, dedicated wire, purple and green cape, $20. More about as much as I paid for the figure, but I kind of like this figure so much. I'm looking at it like, should I do it? It's a really nice looking figure. That cape looks pretty cool too. So, what do you think? Should I dip in and grab that cape? But yeah, let's see. My dad's 71st birthday and my parents' 37th wedding anniversary occurred yesterday. Nice. It's a pretty cool. So my barber, his wife, and his wife shares the same date as their anniversary. So that's cool to see somebody else did that too. Lawson. I'm gonna pose that new Juggernaut with my custom Maximum Hulk. Pressure is on to get the paint right on that Hulk head. Yeah, I want to see what that looks like, my man. Michael Solis. I'm late, but it's still figure foul time. You better believe it. Welcome to the show, Michael. How are you? Undercover Colton. Hey, Jeffrey. Figure foul screw. What's up? How are you tonight? Matthew. What's up, man? When is the Juggernaut coming out? You can pre-order him next Thursday. Of course, I'll post the links when he's available. King Collector. I still got my DCUC Hawk Girl and all my DCUC Super Friends figures. Yeah, I did not see a Black Vulcan. I did not see like a bin of builder figure parts. I wish we had more of those at these conventions because I'm like scrounging through trying to find parts. But Blake did come through for me. And now I have the left arm, the Build-A-Figure armadillo. So now I'm just missing the head. Somebody call Keith up. Maybe he can help me out. But I'm almost close to getting him built up. So I'm excited about that. One more Build-A-Figure, almost done. Lawson. I'd give up all the Super Friends figures so far for just one great Zatanna that I can find and actually get my hands on. Are we still doing phrasing? Well, I think both of those work. Undercover Colton. We need a good Zatanna for sure. Yes. Nolan. Hi, Jeff and chat. What's up, Nolan? I don't understand why we don't have Green Arrow and his classic Neil Adams look Black Canary. Zatanna, elongated man, finish the team. We're so close. And a real Hawkman and Hawkgirl from the Justice League. I know we've got some platinum edition versions that are kind of holding that spot down, but really, we need a 2-pack with them in their proper colors, their proper looks, and all that good stuff. Dedicated sculpts to those. Now, like, well, here's the parts, and like, here you go. Because man, at the Toy Expo, I saw Hawkman, and the platinum was $150. The regular standard one that you could paint yourself was $50. So he's ridiculous. And I definitely did not want the 0-hour Hawkman. I don't know why he chose that look for Hawkman, but it didn't work. Lost. Flavor Flav versus the Clock King. Who do you got your money on there? Yeah, we will definitely not be getting a Puff Daddy. Yeah, I can imagine the accessories that figure would come with now, though. Maurice, yeah, Super 7 Deluxes are priced where their ultimate should be. Right. That's the wild part to me. Retro Robo. I'd love a classic run DMC set with a set of turntables. That'd be cool. Be all over that too. Gee, bro. I'm always annoyed with all the cool punk luminaries that get made into reaction figures instead of prop. Yeah, I mean, it's like that Black Series and Vintage collection. I don't begrudge them getting the figures, but I sure would like it to be like within the same time frame or just the same time. Here, for those of you who prefer the smaller scale, here you go. And for those of y'all who prefer the larger one, here you go too. Just keep us all happy. David Thanos would have been cool to get a Craig Mack kicking that flavor in your ear. Time for new flavor. Man, we're just all about flavor. Flavor in your ear tonight. Maurice, what's going on? That Cockrum Claremont burn era is my absolute favorite to this day. It's incredible. It's so good. It's so good that Claremont has like several different runs of X-Men in him that are also very good that I would put on that list of these are some of the best comic book runs ever. But that one with Cockrum and Byrne is superb. It's so well done. It is just like, man, this is so great. And if you have like a passing knowledge of those characters, he really shows you how to build from the ground up the whole X-Men franchise with those, what is that, like 3 years worth of stories. It's amazing. So amazing. I'll have to do a long form version of that too, just to break it down, just because I love it so much. Robert's Infinite Realms. Hey Jeff, it's Thursday. Hope it's going good. It is, my friend. How about you? Retro Robo, agree, Maurice. Dope stuff in that era. Absolutely. King Collector. I'll pass on the big figure, but I would be all over an Easy E and NWA figures of that type of detail and scale. Oh man, can you imagine the Jerry curl on Ice Cube in Easy E? That would be worth it alone. But yes, I would buy those figures too. Death Row. Oh man, I mean, I feel like I'm sure those licenses cost them money, but they're missing out on a whole slew of collectors who might not have action figure one who would happily get those figures. I mean, I've seen bags of chips with famous popular rap acts from back in the day. I feel like figures would sell big time with those guys. Eradicator does. I mean, his jaw is so wide that Sergeant Slaughter's like, hey, dude, you might need to see somebody about that. David Thanos, they need to make three packs of Wu Tang. That way we get the originals. I will lose my mind if that comes out. Yeah, man. I mean, absolutely. Jamelin, Jeff, you want a $500 more Wu Tang set from Super 7. I feel like saying the price like that does make it sound a little bit suspect, but man, I think Wu Tang kind of lends himself to really fun figures because they all have so many different looks, and you don't have to worry about licensing their clothes like Hasbro with the starting lineup basketball figures. They just have them rock Wu wear, so we're all good. Maybe they would be a little bit too expensive. Snake Eyes, I'm good. I just got Spring Trap for Dead by Daylight, and then I'm gonna get a Jason Voorhees mask. Nice. Lawson, I need an Alan Scott Green Lantern and Jay Garrick Flash still. Huh. I feel like where is he? Where's Alan Scott? Because I feel like for sure I did not get him. Oops. Did not get him from I got him from GameStop. Collector edition. But let's see really fast how much he is. And where you can find him. Walmart has them for 55, eBay has them for 40. Excuse me. Let's see here. Pop this up so you can see too. And you did mention him. I have him $40. Is he worth $40? I'd say for 35, he's not bad. But again, there are a few costume elements that I wish they had just fixed and gotten right. The ring being one of those, but in the cover of the first issue that he's in, it actually is on his right hand. So it was like, I want to quibble and go, but you messed up. And yes, 99% of the time He actually does not have that, but that one time they don't, it's kind of like, well, see, there you go. You can't complain about it. So there you go. And you mentioned Jay Garrick. I have him. He's my I don't want to say least favorite, but I think they made him too modern, and he is not intended to be Justice Society version Jay. He's like new 52 era Jay Garrick, and he's way taller than the rest of them, or taller. So he doesn't like to stay on that stand. But all together with them in hunched down and running poses, he's really fun. And since we're not gonna get a golden age version, that's the best we can do. Jalen, that rings the one thing on that Alan Scott figure that really bugs me. Right. And I feel like if I heated that hand up just so I could so smoothly cut that away, but I feel like that last tip would send it flying to a destination that I would never track it down from. But yeah, it is like, how did you mess that up? There's like they do some things with the character costume details, like, wow, you got that. And then there are other parts where it's like, how did you miss that? Oh, boy, it's a decent deal on the cape. Okay. Yeah, I was real because he's one. I'm like, oh man, this figure's so good, even with the mistakes. But that's off Good's cape, and this, of course, was long before they were putting out those posable capes. And I'm kind of like, Alan's a little jealous of Dr. Fate, who I just got as well, or opened up, I should say. Undercover Colton. $20 isn't a horrible price for a custom made cape. Okay. Get the cape, says Rick Cage. All right. Y'all are convincing me. Get the cape. Okay. All right. I got it. Cool. Dark Primus. I bought a cloth cape for Alan Scott from that eBay seller. They always say last one. GP Sot may have the cape as well. Thank you. Are they hard to maneuver when you put them and replace like the plastic on there? Let me know. My parents' anniversary is also my dad's birthday. Okay, so that's cool seeing people actually do that. I think it makes sense for the guy because like this way you'll never forget the anniversary. Darth Primus GP slot has Alan Scott cape for $18.99 free shipping. Sold. Time for a quick picture so I don't lose this in my chat. Comments. Bam. Thank you. Appreciate that. Like, yes, splurge on the Green Lantern cape. Plus that figure up. He needs it. So thank you. Y'all are terrible, terrible in terms of stopping me from spending more money, but I appreciate y'all. David Thanos. They need to stop doing the rap reaction figures. Give me right. I mean, it's the reaction figure. They're too expensive to be that small and lame. Thanos, we definitely need the original Wu-Tang and that good detail and scale, like that big figure. Right, King Collector. Lawson, you're on the money on the McFarlane figures we need from McFarlane. Yes. Lawson. In a cook-off, I go with Flavor Flav to win over Clock King, but in a fight, it's a toss-up. Yeah. Ryan Daly, I bought capes from that sailor. Popeye the Sailor, man. I bought capes from that seller. Took a while to ship, but the capes are good. Solid. Thank you. There's a lot of endorsements. I appreciate that. That makes it really easy for me. Lawson, it'd be all down to time management. Boom, boom. Dark Knight 297. Not having a classic Green Arrow is a crime. Shame on you, McFarlane Toys. Yes, you did. Let me see here. Pics of let me see if I can pull that up real fast because you did send me those. I was very excited about that. Let me see here. See how easy. No, that's right. Instagram likes to mess around and not be easy for me on that stuff. Hey, Ryan sent 2 photos. So here's 2 photos. Let me do this. And yes. Oh, cool. Great. 2. So bear with me really fast. I'm saving these photos so I can share with you all this really cool stuff that Ryan just provided. So, oops. And what's my guy's name? Metaphil. I feel like I butchered his name. Okay, here you go. You all are wondering. Metaphil. Yes, great. Memory isn't as terrible as I thought. All right, so let me pull these up so y'all can see fun Green Lantern custom work. And these are cool. And it reminds me I still need to get that John Stewart. So check these out. I love that Cat Matui. She looks really good. And yeah, she's another one. It's kind of like a no-brainer we should get. I feel like we're in the home stretch. We need a few obvious ones that don't require him to do a lot of extra work where it's so cheap and easy. Anybody could do it. Maybe a two-pack with her and I don't know, some other Green Lantern of some note that would be relatively easy. Maybe Abensor. So he's not like, hey, I can't afford this. Could make that happen relatively easy. Your Stell and Metaphil, very cool. I forgot what you said your recipe was for the Stell, but these are cool. I mean, you just can't go wrong populating a collection full of Green Lantern Corps figures. And that was something I thought DC Classics did really well with, where they had a nice assortage, making up words now, assortment of Green Lantern figures. And you can use those ones from the movie to give a little bit more alien type creatures too. So that was really cool. And I wish McFarlane cared about Green Lantern, that pocket of the DC universe, a little bit more. We do have some. Still need to get that Simon Baz, but it would have been cool to get some more. Jalen, I have Mezco Run DMC from way back in the day. They're cartoony, but still cool. I keep them near my turntable. Nice. G Brew. Like Johnny Ramone, Debbie Harry, Iggy Pop, Wino Ultimate Super 7, give them the articulation used on the 2003 Turtles. Okay, why not? David Thanos. I don't regret paying 50 for that Platinum Hawkman now. Wow, yeah, that was a steal at that point. But also, it was at a convention. I wonder if maybe like closing time, like a half hour, and I knocked it down to 100. Yeah, I saw that and I just felt like it was such a choppy version to get a classic take on Hawkman. And I was like, can't do it. Like maybe I saw it one time. Laura A, what's up? Anyone know when the first wave of McFarlane's classic Mortal Kombat figures are planned to release? I do not. Undercover Colton, does Ice Cube have any figures? If not, he'd be a must-have. Him, I could actually get to easily enough. Whatever these Funko, I think these are Funko figures. That's Ice Cube, so he's not like I'm never gonna give my likeness away. You know, this is not quite a full likeness of him. And I also got the big version. These are an anniversary present, so yeah, my wife appreciates my hobby to some extent, where I can get figures of rappers. So that was cool. And of course, I was like, I need to get a Pock. Retro Robo. That's cool, Jamelin. Yeah, I would definitely buy new versions of those guys. Still remember, they were my first album purchase. Very cool. Oh, absolutely, Ryan. I mean, Paul Smith, great stuff. And he has some of the he has some of the best stories that aren't celebrated as much. He's got that Rogue joining up with the X-Men run, Cyclops meeting up with Dark Phoenix again, but it's not really Dark Phoenix. Like, that's really good. The marriage of Scott and Madeline, good stuff. And not mistaken, he also does the art for Wolverine and Rogue going around in Japan. So it's cool stuff. And I really think he's a talented artist that does not get enough love from Marvel fans. David Thanos, give me the Ghetto Boys also. Just as long as it's not on a Halloween or a weekend. Rick H. I had Hasbro Marvel Universe Silver Samurai for a minute before Hasbro actually made a Legends. And now here we go again with Gamerverse Silver Samurai. I collect both. All is good. Very good. Lawson. Jeffrey got a bunch of cool wrestling figures this weekend. Stone Cold, Steve Austin, Monday Night Wars figure came today, and I still need to find that ultimate version. Rhea Ripley, Rhea Bloody Ripley, and Booker T yesterday. 2 Mudas earlier in the week. Rhea in the WWE ring soon. Which versions of Muda did you get? Jalen, I definitely hope Super 7 does the entire clan, but I'm cool with them being a little spaced out. 2 members at a time would be cool. I mean, you got to pair Raekwon and Ghostface, right? King Collector. A Ghostface figure should come with an old school Ric Flair road gold eagle gauntlet. Stocks. They still haven't done Buy Digital as an ultimate. Right, Jamelin. Why? A. David Thanos now wondering what costume Bushwick Bill was wearing on the weekend to see if an existing figure could pass for it. Right. They did. They put it on his right. But there's an image from way, way, way back in the day. It has the ring on his right hand. It was all set to go, bash! Todd, you dropped the ball here. And I'm like, I'm seeing all this reference art. And granted, with the ring, not that much, but at least there's one that shows it was on the right hand, not the left. And like 98% of the photos show it on the left hand. But there is some that shows that artists did do it on the right hand. David Thanos, yeah, space him out so it doesn't hurt the wallet too much. Jalen, I do. This is a figure, and the reason is because I am a huge fan of Jay Garrick, and I feel like Mattel didn't do him justice. I feel like McFarlane didn't do him justice. DC Direct has done the best version of Jay Garrick, where he's got a classic portrait. He fits in with the rest of them. The DC one from Mattel, too tall. It's this thing. They just keep making his figures too tall. But he's got a great head sculpt. He's got his little smile to him, and he fits in fine with the Golden Age Justice Society. This one, let me show you here so y'all can all fully appreciate it, because this is not the classic one. Of course, he should just have his hands showing, not some of these gloves. And of course, as I did that, I popped the fist off. Don't worry though, it pops right back in. So here is what he looks like next to his best friend in the Justice Society. So you can see I'm not doing any funny tricks here. This is how he scales up next to Alan Scott. So he is way too tall. And I wish the red wasn't quite so, I don't know what shade of red they went with. Red orange. It's not quite the vibrant red that it should have. These boots, they're the modern take. I mean, this fits for a modern Jay Garrick, but we got so many other classic JSA members, and I just feel like this one doesn't really get it done. I think he's solid, if not a little tall, but I always have him running. But that is the new 52 version. That is not the new 52 version. How dare you? What's this one? This is from the button, right? So was that part of the Rebirth era? That's right, because they had a new 52. Well, I'm trying to remember. That whole thing got too convoluted. So Tom King did the button. So yeah, that was the Rebirth era. Jay Garrick. Earth 2 got no, he didn't get wiped out. He had a very different costume. Yeah, I do this. He's a figure that gets the most stray grief from any figure in my collection. He just anytime I get a chance to go like, this is wrong, I do it. And he's accurate to how he was portrayed in that issue. Just I wish they had chosen a different look for him. What's up, Henry G? What's up, Jeff? Figure Files crew. Hope everyone is having a great week. We are. I am. It's almost 9 o'clock already. It's crazy. There's a lot that McFarlane should be ashamed of. David Thanos sent you another cape site to your gram. Appreciate it. Yeah, Alan Scott is one that I'm like, he needs a new one. Actually, Martian Manhunter, he could probably use one. He could also use some more height too. Batman could. I don't know about Red Tornado, but maybe he would look a little bit more fun with a cape that's just flying all over. Of course, all of them look better with those posable capes. Harry G, did anyone paint boots on their X Factor gene? I have zero customizing skills, but thinking about attempting to fix. Lawson did. Let me see if I can pop those photos up real fast. Because Lawson's fix on Gene was like, yes, thank you. How did we make this happen? Because oh man, I'm so disappointed. I mean, when they showed him like, yo, on the box, it says, fix this. But here, Lawson sent me photos so I can show you exactly how they look. And once I do my review, I'm probably going to send mine off to Lawson and go, please fix her. Here you go. Here's what Lawson did. And you can see because of those pesky ankle joints, you can't quite get it as perfect, but this looks so much better. How did this take lost in like 10 minutes. And the Hasbro crew couldn't go, wait, stop. Don't let this figure get out without getting the yellow boots on her. It's just that simple. It's one of those egregious mistakes. And I just don't understand how they could do that. What's up, bro shot? What's going on, House Figure Files crew? What's up, bro? How you doing? Undercover Colton. That Catman Tui looks official. Yeah, great job on it, right? Ryan, those are amazing. These are amazing customs. I agree, Lawson. King Glider. Yeah, I feel like they wasted so much time and money on that Joe reaction line that it ruined the Ultimates line and stopped it from deep as lines like Thundercats and Ninja Turtles. Yes. Lawson. I wish McFarlane cared more about all kinds of DC comic stuff, Jeffrey. No love for Legion. Right. Absolutely. Lawson, understand there have benefits more. There have been more super pets created by McFarlane than Legion of Superheroes. That's true. Autocorrect. Autocorrect is the worst. Ryan says, Stell, use the heads of Build-A-Figure Kree Sentry. Nice. Aren't the Laser Black Series New Republic security droid and a torso of a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Krang thing? Metaphor's head is 3D print. I ordered Catma's a repainted Jade. Solid stuff, man. That is really fun. Henry G. Super 7 needs to do, hey, how do you do the Super 7 like that? Needs to do an Ice Cube Ultimates, give him alternate heads, one with his NWA Jerry curl and Raiders hat. Yes. And I'm sure Mark Davis would be happy leaning out the logo there real fast for him. Jace, those costumes look really good, Ryan. Yes. Undercover Cult. I know there's Crypto and Ace. Who else did they do Lost in? Streaky with Power Girl. Yes. I feel like there's another one too. I feel like there's another one. Undercover Cult. Well, it's still more than Legion. They just have a lightning line. And the crazy thing is, they could have given us a second one. All they needed to do was give us a bearded head sculpt with a Starman figure that we got from the Page Punchers line. And that was a case where, oh, just use any bearded figure you've already done, just paint his hair brown, and I'll be okay with that. That would have been a chumpy, cheap repaint. I'm like, well, you didn't have to do that. That's all they really needed to do for another Legionnaire. Oh boy. All right, let's see. Rick Cage wants to get us started. I got this week Action Force Praetorian Wraith, Retro Cobra Viper, DC Multiverse Red Lantern Guy, Hawk Girl, Green Lantern Jordan, Armor, Riddler, 2-star Dust Rogue Legionnaires, Jada Toys, Hyper Bomb, Mega Man. Nice. Right. Yeah, look, this is the coolest version. Lawson, I'm so happy to hear you say that. I got the red Muda, one and one of each naturally. Need the white one. Don't do anything else. Maybe Muda may find you faster than you realize. But Al Davis never paid us. Woo! I don't ever Colton. Surprised they haven't at least done a Silver Age Superboy. And yet we had it right. That Strange Line Superman is just like, what are y'all doing? Man, listen. I love the Golden Age. I just finished the entire run of the All-Star Squadron. And man, oh, if Mattel will give me an All-Star Squadron, I will be so happy. But that is the easiest figure team to complete because, here's 2 members of the All-Star Squadron right here. Here's another member of the All-Star Squadron. It's just like 7 core members who aren't part of any other team that if we got, we're like, great, we're all good. I mean, Plastic Man's another member. It's just there's so many cheap members of the team that we had a Liberty Bell, Johnny Quick, Robot Man, Shining Knight, Firebrand, Amazing Man, and Tarantula. We're done. And we've got a full Justice Society and All-Star Squadron. Anyway, ran over. Now, let's talk about all this stuff. If I get the Alan Scott figure, I'm going all out. I'm doing a whole finger swap. Woo! Lost it. Watch this. Those hurt. David Thanos finally met with my buddy and got Sagat and Blanca. Man, Jada is here to stay. He's another one that was close by. I did open up my Sagat, and boy, he was really fun to pose. I love how they do all this stuff. It's just like, man, I think he's the first one that actually has posable feet. That was really cool. So, what I love with these figures is how much fun they are to just kind of like, bam, let me see if I can get these poses for the game and just what all kinds of stuff I can do. So, I mean, here's my doing this here. Whoops, gotta make sure I get my tiger uppercut just right. I mean, they can do so many fun poses. Hit that tiger knee so smooth and easy. I mean, it's just they're so much fun to play with in hand and just like, oh man, what can I do? And I'm really curious to see what's going on with Storm Arena because I think some people have already gotten some. And gosh, of course, just because I'm trying to think of it now, I am totally blanking on it. But one of my favorite posers on action figures got the Storm Arena's Ken and said, it's game. Storm Arena is providing the best Ken figure we've got. So we'll see what happens. Of course, Jada is going to get all these figures done long before Storm Collectibles does, but I'm really curious to see what they do with those figures. All right, so now let's keep going. What all did y'all get this week? Henry G got an MPU O2 Ramjet, masterpiece O2 Ramjet, figure arts Avengers Black Widow from the first film. Storm, King of Fighters, Joe. Oh man, Joe's out already. X Factor Gene, light week. It really is a light week for you. I can't believe it. I got more figures than you for a week. Wow, crazy. Let's go with this. So the Toy Expo, I got these guys because they were super cheap. They were cheaper than Ollie's, and I've seen these guys so many times at Ollie's. I'm like, yeah, I'll get to them later. And Ollie's kind of sold out, but I got these. I got both of them for $11. Really good deal. Then to add to my Defenders of the Earth shelf, I got Garrick's. Pretty excited about him. He was a little bit too expensive than the price I wanted to pay for him when I kept seeing him at Target, and I never saw him when they had their sales. Now I finally got him. And just like Austin, I finally was able to get a red, no body parts swapped out version of the Great Muta Ultimate Edition. Very happy about that. And then Target had a crazy sale on the Evolution box set where this is the part where Randy Orton's getting the bad news. He's getting a thumbs down, just like Ron Killings from Triple H. And this set was, I think it was originally $65. Target had it on clearance for $20. I was like, well, geez. I mean, the Batista in his early Evolution days is worth the $20 alone. Sad face Randy Orton. Oh no, is also a cool figure. So that made that easy. Doll version of Triple H was well, whatever. But $20 for that, couldn't pass it up. Then what else did I get? Let's see. From our dear friends at Hasbro Pulse. Got this guy, heavy duty. Really happy to see him. He looks really cool. And now I can have him fight Metalhead going toe to toe. Since she's not my favorite because of these boots, I got her. And just a little bit of paint issues on that hip. So I was trying to see if I could find a better one in stores and get that one. Because, yeah. But have her. And then I stumbled on the Target and they had Blowtorch. He was the only member of that wave. I was hoping to find Footloose, but did get Blowtorch. Excited about that. Finally have some new G.I. Joes to review. So that'll be fun. Look forward to those reviews on the site real soon. What'd y'all get? They're looking dope, Jeffrey. Thank you, Ski Raider. Maurice, I'm thinking we could do a kit bash of Punk Storm using the Bloodstorm body and the head from X-Men 97 Storm. They did put out a Punk Storm figure. Were you not able to get one? Pretty solid. I don't know if the articulation of Bloodstorm is any better, but yeah, they did do one a while back. In the video, Bushwick has a hockey mask. That's right. Lawson. Jeffrey, I'm doing a different head for Iron Man. Going to sculpt the Kyle hood on another head, maybe Earth 2 Robin's head. I have an extra of that fig. Please let me know how that works. Ryan Daly, I got to duck out for a bit, but I'll try to come back later. Take care, fellas. Hopefully we'll see you later, Ryan. David Thanos, question for some customizers. Can that Nightmaster be converted to a Phantom figure? I guess, but why? I mean, the Phantom figure is easy enough to get, right? Pause for super chat. My guy, Robert Hayes. Thank you so much, Robert Hayes, for the $5 super chat. Just a little late, figure fam. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday to you. And thank you so much for the $5 super chat, my friend. Appreciate it. Undercover Colton. I found 3 X Factor jeans on vacation. Didn't think I wanted X Factor, but kind of regretting not picking her up. So X Factor is one of the easiest teams to complete, and you can kind of cheat with Iceman. I wouldn't say so for Beast. I mean, he's blue and furry for an issue and a half before he changes to human form. So they've got to give us Angel in his X Factor outfit. It's just too easy not to do. I mean, it's not even like, oh man, we got to repaint him red or something. He's just, I mean, basically throwing a white X on him. I think Cyclops is still readily available. Jeans out right now, so they need 2 more. And again, I would happily take a better version of Iceman because we don't have a good version of Iceman, but there are Iceman figures. So it's like 4 figures and you're done with a team. So if you're kind of on the fence, I feel like this is one where if you think you're having a little bit of non-buyer's remorse, go ahead and grab it because I'm sure you can always sell that off, the original looks for the team, when they eventually, hopefully, get to their second costumes, which I'll be talking about soon. Lawson, Ryan used a jade figure to do Kat Matsui. Genius idea. Roger Robo, clean Lawson. Yeah, I need to tempt that Jean Grey. Paint job, scared. Yes. David Thanos, I was off today. Went toy hunting and saw a Target employee changing prices. They said by the end of the week, the higher prices will be in effect. What changes did you see on them? What were they going up to? Muda will find you. I don't have immunity to that mysterious green mist. Tag. Hot tag. G-Brew ordered some shirts. Gene and Emma from the Morrison era, and Claremont and Davis's Excalibur, a political shirt, some vintage sci-fi paperbacks, some Kurt Vonnegut novel omnibuses, and T-Rex for Niece. Nice. Curator, Tiger Uppercut. King Elector. I don't know. Storm Arena may be coming for Jada. Yeah, like they. Let me see if I can find these photos really quick. But like the posing, gosh, was it Jay Hernandez? Maybe that's who it was. But the posing is like, oh man, he can do all this stuff. That's wild. And they just look so natural. And I'm a fan of what Jade has done. I don't think that they're bad figures by any stretch of the imagination. But it looks like Storm Arena may have them whenever they get out. Of course, the one deal, the one wild card in that whole equation is how long will it take Storm Arena to catch up and do enough figures? Oh, here it is. It was Jay Hernandez. Okay. So let me see here. I know he did some. Oh, let's see here. Oh, there you go. So I feel like I was like, where I knew I saw this not that long ago. Let me pull this up really fast so y'all can see. Want to see if he did some more photos too, but it was like, whoa, this does change some things here. Oh boy, log in already. Actually, if I just do that, that's great. Actually, let me just do this really fast so y'all don't have to worry about seeing all the other stuff. And log in, great. Okay, and let me show you this so y'all can see it first hand because this figure looks like it's going to be a wrap with this stuff here. All right, here you go. So Jay Hernandez, one of the best posers of figures out there. That's game. Every other Street Fighter figure can go home. Storm wins. More picks in bid later. And I mean, look at this head sculpt. That is solid. Nice, cocky, arrogant Ken. Check out the texturing on the gi. Much the same like we've got from Jada Toys but this figure looks really, really cool, and I'm trying to see because I did not see anything else lately from him on that, but I did see another, um, excuse me, another figure photographer, and I was like, "Oh, man, yeah, let's see here." Alright, let me see here, let's go on and see what everybody else is talking about. Listen, I don't wanna collect Street Fighter 2 figs, but I wanted Chun-Li. I decided I can't go on in life without her on my shelf. She's not that far either because I used all of these figures for my Sagat review. Chun-Li, also very cool, very fun to pose. They did a nice job giving her like not like super ridiculous thighs, but they did try to acknowledge and account for the fact that she's not a weight, which is really cool. So they did a really nice job of her. She's fun to pose. They're all super fun to pose. That is one of my things where it's like for a fighting game, you don't want to be like, oh, I can't do this move that they do in the game. That's not a problem with Jada toys, not a problem with Storm collectibles and their larger format figures, and it definitely doesn't look like that's going to be the case with Storm Arena figures either. Henry G. Oh yeah, I got in Jada, Sagat, and Blanc as well. May have got those last week. Retro Robo. That sums up Jada toys right there. Fun. Right, exactly. Henry G. Oh, MPU is a masterpiece knockoff company. Oh, cool. Blake Tarpley at Maryland Toy Expo, picked up with help from Eagle Eye Jace, Comic J. Jonah Jameson, my first wrestling figs with consultation credit to Jeff. Dig it, Macho Man and Hulk Hogan, Hulk Comic 206, Bombastic Bagman. You had a pretty good haul there by the time it was all said and done. You Raider. David Thanos. Lawson, get into that Street Fighter line. Absolutely. I mean, even if Jada Toys in their Storm Arena line is really awesome, they're doing Alpha. These are Street Fighter 2, so you can have both of them. I feel like by the time it's all said and done, you might want both. Because I mean, they're really fun. I think they really get it where it's yeah, you should be able to have fun with your action figures. And you should be able to do all the stuff they do in the game. So if you can't do that, it's not worth it, and they're so good at that. So it's just like, oh, let me play and pose and see if I can do this, and you can. So it's they're the ones you want to have on your desk or close at hand, so you can just keep fiddling with them. Sometimes we're doing movie files. I'll have a Street Fighter figure and just kind of like, let me try this one. Really cool. Definitely get into it though. Here, G and Heavy Duty, nice figure. Poor Rick Cage has a lot of stuff going on. Temporal flux, nanites, parallel worlds, limbo, alternate reality clones, matrix multiverses, retroactive continuity, reasons for accepting figure errors. Absolutely. Heavy Duty is a nice figure. What's up, Chase? You got some figures this week too. Got Black Series, Thrawn, and Darth Revan. Nice. David Thanos. I want the Heavy Duty, but have no space for deluxe figures. Do you keep them boxed? Because I feel like on the shelf, he's not going to take up that much more space than his torso, really. I mean, because he's wearing all this. Let's see, I guess the back can show you a little bit more. But I mean, he just needs a little bit more room than your typical figure. I mean, like your, I guess, well, do you have Law and Order and Button Junkyard? Because those deluxe figures don't take up a huge amount of space like Nemesis Enforcer. But I think they're worth getting. Jamelin, this week I got Jean Grey, Cowboy Batman. How do you like Cowboy Batman? That's one where it's like, this is a ridiculously worthless variant of Batman, but it kind of looks cool. Damage and Batman 1 million. Nice. What's your favorite? Undercover Colton. If I had to get a Jada figure, it'd be Dawson. He's always been my favorite. I knew I should have grabbed him when I was over there. I was like, oh, we'll get him. Dawson, they did really cool, and I have him in his base setup, but he actually has extended legs and arms, and you can pop them out here. So you can see this. So they have a longer attachment. It's so cool because you can do his stuff. I mean, it's like it's just really fun that they decided to include that. I mean, most of the time with these figures, we'll get an alternate head, we'll get alternate set of hands, and then we get like a power effect. So he'll come with a red fireball. Same deal with Ryu. But for him, he's got the long extended arms, extended legs. Now they've got a deluxe one figure coming out in his player 2 colors, which is really cool. And it comes with Yoga Flame. Even better though, it comes with just a head in these colors. The player 1 look blowing out for the Yoga Flame. So if you have the original, you can still do the Yoga Flame with it, which I think is pretty cool. So you're not gonna regret. Like I feel like if you get one, the rabbit hole is going to go to elephant size before you know it. Because like, well, I gotta have him fight somebody. And then when he got that somebody to fight him, I was like, well, I was like this other character too. It's just Ski Raider, heavy duty is diddly dope. Rest in power to Heavy D. Right. Feels like that was a loss too. Big one. No pun intended. King Elector. Yeah, that's the thing. Storm Arena is not going to go deep into the line. They'll do maybe 5 or 6 figures and call it a day. And Jada will make everybody. They have shown 6 Street Fighter figures. So that's more encouraging than their normal. And maybe because of the size, we'll get them faster. I know we're seeing Ryu. We've seen Ken got the pre-orders in for them. They've got the pre-order up for Sagat. Dan is another one they've shown. He's easy because he's just using basically the same outfit as Ryu, and Ken. Got Chun-Li coming. Sagat. What was that fifth, the 6th one that I'm blanking on now? Guile? I don't remember who it is, but they're working on it. Let me see. That's gonna drive me nuts. Not remembering it as I spout off and go, yeah, look at this one. So let's see here. Storm Arena. Let's see if I can track that down really fast. Because they have shown us like the silhouettes, and then they showed us who all the other figures are too. Hopefully that'll load up. Lost him. I got 2 Jean Greys, Stone Cold Monday Night Wars, Rhea, Heavy Duty, Coronation, Starscream, bad comedy, 5-pack Wheeljack, loose, Game Reverse Miles, black with red, very cool. Glad you got the red Muda. Me too. It's been ridiculous. I mean, that whole saga to get a red Muda was insane. Blake, Amazon delivered Blowtorch yesterday. Great figure, lots of accessories and fire effects. Yeah, fire. Retro Robo. I got X Factor, Jean Grey, DC Multiverse, Bizarro, Captain Cold, Superman with Crypto, Lex, Ultraman, and Savage Land Professor X, courtesy of Super Cool Figure Files member Method to Madness. Thanks again. Nice. Good job, Method to Madness. Thank you. Shout out where you are if you're watching later. Haze for the win. Maurice, yeah, I seen that Punk Storm, but I'm not too thrilled with it. I got you. Ski Raider, glad they made Moon and you have him. The collection will now be on Mist Alert Watch. You better believe it. Keep Sting and Ric Flair away from him. Lawson, Heavy Duty looks fantastic. Not a shock though, because Classified has held all aces in their hand for 2 years running. But I still don't have a Classified Series ace. See what I did there? So maybe we'll see him with a HasLab for JoJo in 2027. At this rate, we'll see. We'll get to him soon. Retro. Robo. I really want that Heavy Duty, even though I don't dig the episode he's from. Was he in any of the comics? Yes. He was. I feel like those cartoons, those characters suffer so much because of those lame cartoon episodes. But he was in the comic. And the Skybound stuff is amazing. Undercover Colton. I haven't got anything yet, but I need help deciding. Power Man or Adam Warlock? Which Power Man? Austin. Jeffrey, I'm keeping the skull cap head on the Jean Grey figure in my display. Both heads are stellar, though. I feel like that's one where I'm going to keep shifting and switching them up all the time just because I appreciate they gave us the skull cap head sculpt for. That's so cool. Lawson, just saw X Factor Cyclops at GameStop. Nice. G-Brew. My niece had a decent haul. Age of Apocalypse Gambit. Uncanny X-Force, Nightcrawler, Trainee Suit Gambit, She-Hulk, 2 Return of the Jedi Lukes, T-Rex, Dark Winter, They're weeded out of my brother's collection. She was thrilled. Nice. Robert, got my Ray Praetorians from Action Force, Avengers Epic Collection Volume 11. Which one is that one? Rom, Warlock and Banshee, found select Venom at a good price, good deal. Iron Grenadier Bat, Simpsons Fan by Jackson One Shot, Retro Kane, cool. Which is your favorite? Michael Solis, I picked up a Black Series figure from Ross Andor, 4 K2SOs and the main actors from Acolyte. And Ollie's having a sale on Black Series for $4.95 each, so I picked up a couple more figures. Who did your Ollie's figures have? Ski Raider, gonna paint Jean's boots. Those picking the X Factor one up? Yes, yes, and yes. There's no way she's gonna keep those green booties going on. This is terrible. Undercover Colton, I've been finding my Red Angel, and I'm waiting for a new Beast and Iceman. I'll get Cyclops and Jean. That would I'm such an X Factor fan, though, as you guys know from my X Factor video. I love X Factor, and I want at least all the key important characters, which I will continue breaking down through at least issue 32. I think at that point you can go for a long time and have all the looks down, but yeah, I mean, we got to have all their costumes, all the different changes, all the different looks up to that point. The first 3 years of X Factor, I guess. Henry G, that evolution pack is 45 right now. I'm tempted, but I would have been all over for 20. Did you ring it up? Because at my Target, they had the clearance sticker. I haven't seen it in another one. And of course, once I buy something, I'm not checking the price scanner on it anymore. But check your price scanner. They may still have it listed in that price, because I feel like that was, even on their website, they have it for a cheaper price than what it was, which is wild. Because when I saw it, I was like, not really interested because of Triple H. I did think that was a kind of an interesting way for them to go. Evolution is a mystery. Let's see, what is it now at Target? Bullet trains no one sees. 45, new lower price. Let me know if you did check the price scanner though, because I feel like maybe they did change it. Robert, Godfather WWE, and Zujitsu, Tiger and Cheetah. Who makes the Zujitsu? What a tongue twister that was. Figures. That sounds kind of fun. Laura A. Marvel Legends will probably do an Iceman in their Gamerverse, not Marvel vs. Capcom 2 line. That'd be great. I'll take him any way I can get a better version of Iceman. Desperately needs one. Maurice. Storm might be coming for Jada, but chances are they'll just get there later. David Thanos got on Blowtorch from Amazon. Legends Carlito went down to 12. It was a cool pickup. Also found Elite Carrie Sane, Naomi. Hope you were cautious with it. And Axiom. Gonna start stocking up on the women figs. They keep getting better. They do. What do you think of Naomi? Undercover Colton. Pretty sure I saw an interview with one of the Hasbro guys said he wanted to do a deluxe Iceman, or maybe now a maximum Iceman. I think deluxe would be fine. David Thanos. Batman and Croc T-Pack 76.99 was the most noticeable one. Didn't really see the others. Had to head out to a Walmart. I got you. Ski Raider, that pig is fire. Jay Hernandez figure is Butters too. Maurice, everybody needs a little Chun-Li in their life. It's a great figure. Major facts. King Letter. I wish someone who has a Ken Storm Arena figure would do a plain side by side. So King Elector, I am positive I have seen at least one of those. Storm Arena Ken versus Jada Ken. Let me see. I think I could find that for you really quickly. There you go. Yeah, because don't need that version. Oh, here we go. Let's see. This will work. If you can get the gist of it, it's from, of course, a Reddit post, so it's not going to be the cleanest picture. But here's what that looks like. So you can see the Jada one is on the right. and the Storm Arena one is the one on the left. So the whole body, little tighter, a little leaner, better developed muscles on the Storm Arena figure. The Ken hair is better with Storm Arena. Let's see what else kind of stands out. The bottom of the pants, a little bit more flared, a little bit more shredded element to it. I thought, I think I have one. I saw one with him actually wearing the gi all the way. Let me see if I can pull that back up really quickly. Here it goes. Let's see here if I could just do that. This. Because this one I think will show it a lot better. Where it's not this thing like, oh man, what a lousy picture this turned out to be. Let me try here. I don't know why my Instagram is being so lame. Okay, well, it's not showing up great. This is going to be a really heavily pixelated one, but here is what it looks like with the gi on. So you can see it's got a lot more dynamic shreds and rips at the sleeves. Really cool on that end. Lighter, not as tan. Didn't look like it has the same really subtle dry brushing around the muscles like the Jada figures does. But I mean, they're pretty consistent. So if you've been collecting if you've been collecting the Jada figures, your Storm Arena figures are going to fit in really well, really smooth. I mean, the head is a little bit smaller, but in all other regards, this figure is basically the same scale. So there you go. Can you dig it, suckers? Better believe I can, Northern Old Man. How are you? Can I look for the NECA Part 6 Jason Lister? How so? What do you mean? Let me know. Blade Tarby. Jeffrey and David got me collecting wrestling figures too. It's a plot. No, it's a trap. Undercover Colton. Dang it, Jeffrey. You're this close to getting me to collect Joe's. Do it. And the classified series line is it's my favorite to collect right now because it's so fun. Like they put so much attention, care into all the figures. When you watch the interviews of the team, they're really hyped up. And it feels like somebody at Hasbro messed up and let one of us get in there working on the designs of the figures, putting in really cool and fun elements to everything where it's like, how are you guys getting away with all this fun stuff? When everything shot up to 24.99, it's like, is this figure? This is a really bad example because I feel like she has a little bit more. I mean, they put in more than our normal figure, even though she didn't have a build-a figure part. That's another one. Of course, there Cool Studios. Back on. Hello. All right. Okay. I think I'm back up. Sorry for all of that foolishness. You had some store blowing through. I think y'all are still seeing me. I think. Okay. Let's see. Let me catch back up to the chat, but let me make sure y'all see me. Hey, yes, I am back. It was terrible. I had to swing in my hotspot on my phone just in the case of an emergency, just like this. But let's get back into the chat and all that good stuff here. Let's see, where'd I go? I felt like it was on a great rant. Oh, that's what I was talking about. G.I. Joe, great line, right? It's one of my favorites. They put so much time and effort into it. You get an Ant-Man figure from Marvel Legends, it comes with 2 fists. With a G.I. Joe figure, it's $24.99. You get all of this. You get a helmet, you get a mask, a breather, you get a blowtorch, you get some flame trail effects, you get so much stuff you can't even see it in here. They load it up. And I love Marvel Legends. I mean, and part of it is because I've been so invested into it and getting finally to me a Grail figure like this X Factor Jean Grey. That's awesome. And I mean, they do mess up things like her boots and giving us Justice and Namorita and wild colors and costumes, not their new warrior looks or not the old school ones. But Jedi Classified is the absolute best line to get into. Like, if you can only choose one, that's by far the best one. If you're a Street Fighter fan, though, these are really good figures too. If you're into wrestling, Mattel's doing amazing stuff with their WWE line, and you can get good deals on those figures. They re-release the heavy hitters so often that it's worth getting into it because you're not gonna, they're gonna get good figures out to you. And you're not gonna pay $800 to get those figures either. So go make the move to G.I. Joe Classified series. You're not gonna regret it. And for the most part, you can get those figures at a pretty decent deal. All right, so let me see here. That was the end of that rant. Let me go back to find out where it was. Oh wow, that's interesting. It just reset all the chat comments. Till 9:16. So here we go. Did y'all have TCBY back in the day? Dawson Yoga Fire commercial would have been epic. Absolutely. Jalen, Gene, and Damage are my favorites of the week. I kept seeing one each with Cowboy and 1 million Batman at GameStop, and decided I might as well. The Cowboy is silly and fun. The Cowboy is just so wild. He just looks cool. David Thanos, Cowboy Batman is cosplaying as Undertaker. Rest in peace. I happen to have Undertaker close by too. No, my floor is not a graveyard of figures. It just seems that way. Here's the Undertaker. The Undertaker. This is the replaced by the Ultimate Edition version, but this is classic Dead Man. And they're still working the kinks out on soft good parts. If Mattel has room to improve on something, this kind of stuff and the Triple H puffy suit, that's definitely where they can make some enhancements and improvements. But for the most part, they're doing really solid work. And they're really giving you your money's worth too. Now, back to the rest of the chat comments, which got wiped out, but I've got a bunch still here. Lawson, Jean had really good face paint. I had to touch up the side of her mask a little on one head, just a little bit of overspray, easy fix. Yeah, mine is pretty solid, except for I don't even know if you can see it. This, well, there we go. It's slightly off the lining, and I just don't know if it's worth it. But because I'm such a X Factor, I don't know. We'll see. Legends paint has definitely improved over the years, where for the most part, the problems with the paint are like, oh man, it's a little overspray. It's not. How in the world did they get this figure out to us? Yeah. Jamelin. Oh, by the way, I also picked up a retro mind bender and a little jukebox from the Target dollar spot that'll work nicely with figures. Very cool. What do you think about retro mind bender? Lawson. I was told that my dial tone figure shipped 2 days ago. I can't believe it. I'm seeing that people got this email, which I have not gotten from Hasbro Pulse, and I'm most upset about it. Jace. Now I have to pick up Sagat since they made Dan. Storm Arena is making a Dan, and they're doing oh, here it is. And they're doing him. Let me see here. Doggone it. Oh, here. You can see from this. And I've got to present my thing all over again. So let me do this. Window, share screen. And here you go. You can see this now, bro. Here is what they tease. So I can figure out who the it's Nash or Guile. Not Nash, Charlie and him. So there you go. So they've shown us Sagat, Ken, Ryu, and yeah, so we know those other ones they're getting. So you can get them from Storm Marine, or you can get them. Well, you can't get Dan yet, but Sagat, and let me show you the Sagat. I'm pretty sure I can pull him up really fast for you. He's available at the exclusive home of all Storm collectible figures, Big Bad Toy Store. So here's what he looks like. And for comparison, if you're like, oh, this is ridiculous, the Jada Toys Sagat is $31.99 to the $37.99 for Storm Arena. There's some pictures. So he looks pretty cool. And he, of course, also has a secondary portrait. He looks a little bit more intimidating. The colors are different too. So if you're trying to debate, oh, I want one or the other, you don't really have to do that. Oh man, I forgot about that elbow pose. I could have done that too. So I mentioned this. Let me do this way so you can see the Sagat from Jada has the blue with the red accent compared to this one from Storm Arena. So pretty cool. So you can actually mix and match and not have to feel bad about doing a double dip. Roger Robo, I haven't either. And I really want Dial Tone to join my crew. Lawson, I'd love a classified Deep Six, Wetsuit, and Lifeline. Wetsuit was a Kendo expert, according to one cartoon episode. Would love a bamboo Kendo Shinai and Kendo helmet with him if he ever gets made. I like Wetsuit. Yeah, I'm sure he'll get made too. He's just too obvious not. And we already got Leatherneck. We got his buddy, so we got to do that. David Thanos, since you're picking my Street Fighter figures posing, please share. I will. You send it through Instagram or you send it through let me see. Looks like Instagram. Okay. Here we go. Oh, cool. Here it is. Save image. Thanos Street Fighter. Along with the big rubber guys in the background there. All right, let's see. I love the random nature of this show. We're just talking about a bunch of stuff. Here we go. And here is David Thanos' Street Fighter figure, so you can see how they pose. And there's the doll sim with the extra extended legs. Watch out, Fei Long. Ken and Ryu squaring off, Cammy, and they can hold these poses too. So here's DJ. All right, knocking out our boy Guile, Chun-Li, and Cammy, battling it out. The Bulldogs, Macho Man, what a rush. Let me tell you something, Mac and G, baby. In the background, I have these shells as well, and scrap irons looming in the background. Watch out, guys. Good stuff. David Thanos. I would say Power Man. You have the name of the actor who plays him. Olu, what's going on? You found Gwen Stacy at Target? It's wild. Where did they have her hidden? Lawson. I don't collect much Jada, but those cereal mascots of Frankenberry, Chocula, Booberry, and Tony the Tiger Unreal. Just perfection. They are. Snake Eyes. Hey, Jeff. I was looking around online. I found a third-party company who made a spring trap figure, and it's tempting to get it. So you're going to do it? You're going to make the move and pick them up? King Elector. Is anybody finding Cyborg Superman at Walmart stores? It finally got in stock on the app last Monday, and I was able to place the order. And of course, Walmart canceled it 5 days later. Of course, because Walmart. I have not, but I haven't been in Walmart the last couple of weeks, so I can't help you. But maybe I went early last week. I haven't seen anything new outside of the Green Lantern, the Deadshot, Adam Strange, Batman wave, so I haven't seen much new. Oh, I'm looking forward to those Red and Barney figures too. Oh, Undercover Colton. I saw a few in my local Walmart. There you go. Y'all need to, yeah, get up with them because I haven't seen any of them. Russia Robo. Jada Scooby Doo looks pretty fun. I think Ramen has a nice band to match. Oh, that would work. David Thanos. King, let me know if you don't find a Cyborg Superman. I have 2 extra ones. There we go. Helping each other out. Love it. Yo, Curator. Kool-Aid Man makes too much sense for them not to make. That's a good call. Jeans, green footies. No, what? I love the sound of that. She took them off because painful corns. My jean will be comfortable in her footies. Thank you. You're welcome. Maurice Barlow. How are you, Maurice? I have a question for you. I see you like all action figures. You go like the Centurions action figures? I do. I'm like thinking where they are here. They're not in this room. I think they're in the figure room. I know you see all the stuff behind me. You have a figure room too. Yeah, I have the old school ones. Ramen Toys did some cool ones. I haven't gotten those, but I have the original 3. And while we're at the Toy Expo, I saw the 2 villains, which I probably wanted to get and did not. Maybe next time I go to another con with toys. But yeah, I love Centurions. They were so much fun. Ace McCloud, the whole gang. And I love the Power Extreme. Did you collect them, Maurice? Can I look to see if Jason's still on there? Let me see. I will do that for you soon. Blake, yeah, I may be going down the path of all the 80s WWF characters now. Yeah, get the Ultimate Edition ones. That way you can keep it simple and you're not paying a whole lot for the figures over and over again. Because the Ultimate Editions are the best versions of those guys. So if you just stick to getting the 80s figures on that end, you won't be like, oh man, now I got another one that I gotta get. It's so much easier to collect them that way. Why did it do it that way? Huh. I wonder why it did that. Brand. Boy, let's see here. Action figures. Try it this way. What in the world? Okay. I'm curious if this storm is still acting up. All right, so here's another one I highly recommend getting because it's the best Roddy Piper figure. Blake, if you got Macho Man and you got Hollywood Hogan or Hulk Hogan, you got to get this version of Roddy Piper. Right now, you can get it on Creation Mattel for $49. So it's basically 25 for him and George Animal Steel. George Animal Steel figures fine, but the Roddy Piper is by far the best one they've done. And I mean, it's got a great head sculpt. It's got the great angry face. It's got the smart, sniveling, smiling, sneering, jerk off face. So they did a really great job with these head sculpts for him, where it's just, it really captures that time period where he's a heel. And it's a really good figure. You can get it right now for $49. They have a few other ones for this cheaper discounted price point. Creations Mattel typically has them on sale for this. I would absolutely wait for them to get to that point before you buy them, though, because they've all kind of hit that price. And you can pay $70, but I think it's a little bit easier and more fun to get it that way. And this one, this was on sale a few weeks back. $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase to fight your Macho Man, and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. So there you go. The Heart Foundation, this was 49, maybe Best Buy has it for 42 still. But I mean, these are the best versions of the Ultimate Edition, the Coliseum Collection versions, which is just their branding for them over here. But definitely get those. Oh, yeah, here's another one. Jake the Snake Roberts, Ravishing Rick Rude, also $49. So these are really cheap and easy ways to get the best versions of these guys. You can get tons of versions of them where you can get another Jake the Snake, and get various versions of Ravish and Rick Rude at this point. But these are the ones that have the best articulation. So definitely the ones that I would recommend if you do want to go further into this wrestling figure collection obsession. And it's fun because they did a really nice job on the figures. And fortunately, I did not lose power, just the darn internet. He'll be back. Don't worry. I know. It's like that's me. It's storming in Maryland. Yeah, Laura A. It's rough. I think it's past here now, all the way. David Thanos. Here's an easy way to collect Joes. Just buy the retro card Joes. That's what I do. That's a pretty solid advice. And you'll get the best versions of the characters. You get the best Duke, Scarlet, Flint, a Viper for sure, Rock and Roll, Stalker, Snake Eyes. They did do a Storm Shadow and Zartan, Cobra Commander, Destro. That's the best one we've got for him. And of course, there are a few others they haven't put on retro card yet, but that's a really good way to go. See, ready? Y'all been getting crazy storms up there the last few weeks? Yes. North Carolina here, they've been rolling like an old dirty B lyric here. Very strange. And then next week, it's supposed to be like 95 and 97. Where's Jason take over the show? Right. Where is he, bro? Jibu, we've been getting some nasty storms up here in Ohio of late. Yeah, it has been really bad. Figure Fight Club. Hey, how's it going? How's it going for you? I'm doing pretty solid. Dark Knight 297. That storm hit here in Coney Island hours ago. Came and left. Vince, just look at the weather radar. It's bad. Yeah, it was not fun, but it's straight now. It always comes back. Just like that. Retro Robo, yep, we see you. I am back. Quick. What movie is that from? Maybe I should have gone. We are back. Back to reality. Yes, Michael Solis, we're here. So I say, son, I always keep my feathers numbered just in case of such an emergency. Foghorn needs a figure. That's my guy. Ski Raider. Classified is killing it. Blowtorch is fire. They all are. Absolutely. Although I'm returning my Blowtorch and hoping for a retro. You don't like the muted colors? Because I feel like when they do, if they do it, he is definitely going to have a brighter, can you see me now, yellow and red color palette. Robert Hayes. Jeff, let me send you my address and you can ship me that barbecue. Barbecue's all in the way. He's I feel like I saw barbecue like at Target or something. Actually, let me do this real fast. No, you're talking about why did I feel like this is actually on Target? Yes. Because I feel like he was actually one of the few figures that they have on their website. Because I tried to find, I was at Target today. I'm like, hey, do you have Footloose and any of these other classified series figures? And of course, their website, no good. So I could not get that together, Robert. See Raider, the boost thing made me mad for y'all. Once paid it, fire. Lost Wallace. Oh, I forgot. I also got a John Cena figure in this week, but I guess I couldn't see him. The never seen 17. I see how you could have missed Cena or don't see. Can't wait to get, man, I can't wait to open up Blowtorch and Heavy Duty. It's going to be so much fun. Lawson, my studio floor is literally a graveyard figure set. It's oh boy. I said it's like a cemetery plot. It's not a full graveyard yet. Little kids can go traipsing around with no trouble, but yeah, it's part of it is a bit of a graveyard. Laura, use the term grill for Jean Grey figure with mispainted boots, misaligned face paint. I guess it could be considered that in a Last Crusade kind of way, where the bland cut was the correct one. No. So the execution, not the best. I mean, of course, I'm going to paint the boots. My face print on my jean, both versions are fine. I guess some people had some spotty instances, but mine are good. So I can't speak to anyone else's problems. That's fine. I want X Factor completed. I don't have that in any form. I mean, Toy Biz didn't get to them. All we got for X Factor was the blue and white Cyclops. You could cobble one together with Archangel, the Beast, and the Iceman figure, but you didn't really have an X Factor without Jean Grey. I mean, when it comes down to it, you could have X Factor with just Cyclops and Jean in their matching X outfits. But the rest of them, get away without it. The original looks, though, we need four of them in their matching outfits. And now I'm halfway done. So, absolutely getting X Factor in Marvel Legends in their original team outfits, and hopefully the secondary ones. That's a grail for me. Because, I mean, how many years do we have from Toy Biz? We didn't get a completed set from them. We didn't get a completed set from Toy Biz when they were doing Marvel Legends. We didn't get them in that smaller 5-inch scale of X-Men figures. Didn't get one from Toy Biz Marvel Legends. Up till now, haven't gotten them from Hasbro, but we're close now. So yes, X Factor is one of my favorite teams. So getting them in figure form done right, hopefully with Angel with painted boots, not left off. That's definitely a grail for me. Your grail may vary, but that's okay. Eric, I got the X Factor X Factor Jean Grey and Heavy Duty in this week. Classified as the best line out there, hands down. It is. It just, of course, it helps that they don't have to share any of that money with anybody. King Elector. Yeah, that's the good thing about Classified. They do stay affordable even in the aftermarket, with the exception of Snowjob. Yeah, it's he's the only one that is like tricky. Oh, yeah, okay. Can't say that one. Hot Banana Water. What's going on? Mindbender is cool. I just got him because I saw him. I do have the exclusive one, the cape on the retros. See, I knew you were going to say that because I had the exclusive one too. And I was like, well, maybe I don't need it. But now, I knew that was going to be the case. Retro Mindbender is cool. Nice. Can't type tonight between me and autocorrect. No chance. Man, I hear you sometimes. King Larder. I had dial tone for at least 2 months. I got mine from Big Bad. Say that's what got to me. Jamelin, have people been getting Retro Breaker yet? He's not even on their website either, which is annoying. Is he supposed to be getting here soon, right? Or is that next month? But I know he's going to be on a hard to find a listing on Tyre's website. Yeah, okay. So he's just not there. Why is that? I think he's supposed to come out this month. Or is that next month? Dave, what Macho Man is that? That is the Big Rubber Guys, I believe it's called. Yes, Big Rubber Guys. Let me see if I can pull this up so you can see them all. Which I could. Kogo Beware, Harley Race, Ric Flair, Brian Myers, Brooklyn Brawler, Jeff Hardy, Hawk and Animal, nice. Ethan Page, Macho Man, here you go. Free US shipping. So it's basically their take on the LJN figures with absolutely no posing. If you throw it, you will knock somebody out, old school style. So there you go. There's a Macho Man, and they have a whole bunch of them. Here's the rest. The Barbarian, as Paul Jones would say. A little bit more of them have sold out over the years. So, and there's Sean Mooney, who I think that's his first figure. Pretty cool. But yeah, they've got a lot of these figures. A lot of sold out on their website, at least. Lost, and we'll have to try to get you an exclusive Mindbender. I'd love one. They're expensive. Really? I mean, that's not good. Eric, Walmart sucks. They always cancel my orders too. Yeah, there. I don't like when they cancel the pre-orders. Harry G, the thing we have to remember, Storm Arena isn't only Street Fighter, but I don't think Storm will be as slow a pace as their bigger figures, which they got 112, but more like 110. Yeah, that is true because they are somewhat showing a little bit of aggression, maybe not ruthless, but showing some aggression and like, hey, here are the other figure lines we've got going. And this is another one they mentioned, King of Fighters coming up too. And that's pretty exciting. So we get at least these three. And if they follow the same pattern of which they've done with the other ones, so we've seen 3 Street Fighter figures. Maybe we'll see these 3 and then another 3, maybe another team for King of Fighters, that would make the most sense for me. So we get the hero team right here, get another team to fight them, maybe the classic ones. That will work. And they've got the Baki line as well. So they're cranking out figures much faster than some of the other ones. Lawson, I still have the original Kenner Centurions. Also, got all the 80s commanders, totally not Centurions, figures from Ramen Toys. They're also a killer. Nice. David Thanos, Blake, get the Coliseum Ultimates if you're going to do that. Lawson says Coliseum Steamboat, $1 Million Man 2-pack was very good. Come on in, Blake. Roddy looks good. He is, and it's a good deal. King Collector, I still have my old Centurions, all 5. Ramen has a John Thunder. Really? Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that. Blake, love Roddy. He would be my top 5 all 80s wrestlers done and bought. You're welcome, Creations Mattel. Telling that Lyle's Figure File sent you, Blake. Rick H. Jeffrey, figure room, isn't it? So true, my friend. Yeah, it's if it's got figures in it, it's basically a figure room. David Thanos, crazy that all this Storm Arena talk is making it rain at Jeff's house. Not rain with figures, just rain. Rumor is the Steamboat and DiBiase. What? Man, David Thanos, I'm about to track down that rumor and tell you if it's true. I need an excuse to go to Ollie's. Get my good stuff cheap. Lawson, if I was doing a Jake the Snake Roberts, I'd do later Jake, where his body looks like an egg with 2 pigs for legs. Bigger Fight Club. Oh, snap, you're in NC. I think Ski Raiders in there. I'm in Maryland. North Carolina's had storm for 2 months. Durham has been pelted. It's pouring here, Wake County. All right, next time I go to North Carolina to visit the in-laws, gotta meet up with the North Carolina contingent of Figure Files crew. Lawson, tomorrow sunny though. Got people coming to clean my gutters. I bet, because it might have a whole bunch of stuff in there. Absolutely. Foghorn, I buy, man, if Jada were to do Looney Tunes, well, do I want them to do that or would I want NECA to do them? Yeah, I would be all about it. Weather, suspicious. More like it was Chief Mephisto behind the door. Blowtorch and Blowtorch, Barbecue, and Torch always get their names confused. 2 have flamethrowers and 1 is a fireman. It's gonna be a firefight. Austin, my studio floor needs a bulldozer to move figures out of the way. It's starting to look like all hoarders buried alive in here. Welcome back. Thank you, Maurice. Awesome. So we're getting another brown and beige Wolverine this year. There's legends think they've done that with Secret Wars Wave 1 because they've not delivered the classic brown and beige. They've not, which we still desperately need. Karis 1. Hello, Jeffrey. What's up, Karis 1? How are you? Hobbinette, no, you did not. I was starring it to save. The storm messed me up, but I saved it so I could mention it later. That's all. No, of course not, my friend. Ski Raider, Breaker is a target mass device. Yes, he is. Now, Dial Tone has been on pre-order forever. Oh, so you had a problem with getting him from Big Bad. Eric, I pre-ordered Breaker. No notice yet, but Target keeps randomly putting holes for the funds for it. Yes, I can't stand when they do that. What's the best articulated Macho Man? So we did not get the Stars version of Macho Man in the Ultimate Edition line, but they've done several Rhinestone Cowboy versions of him, which are really good and do have the Ultimate Edition articulation. We got a let me see here. They've done several of him. Let me show you really quickly what we've got on that front. So the Ultimate Edition ones are always going to be the best ones. So this is the one that came with the new generation arena. Probably too expensive. We've also got this one, and I think this is the easiest one to do and get. Probably not too expensive. So you can see this is like straight up old school 90s Macho Man. He's a lot of fun to pose, and he's got the really great detail. Not as detailed, of course, as his outfit, but pretty close to it. So he can pose. I'll show you just some of the stuff he can do. He's got the whole design on it, and this looks cool. I I hope I had a picture of Macho Man figures to show you, but he can hit a lot of fun poses and do all this stuff. This is a very good Macho Man figure, and because they gave him all kinds of hands and articulation and accessories, you can really get a good Macho Man look out of this figure. And he's got all the gear. So this is a really good one. They also have an NWO Macho Man as well. So there you go. And but they did not give us a classic Stars and Stars 80s one, which is a real, I don't know how they let that happen, but apparently they don't have the license anymore for Macho Man figures. But that's your best bet for Macho Man figure. King Electric. I haven't seen anyone with that new breaker yet. I like the first one they did. Yeah. David Thanos, Lawson. Well, Macho Man has three Ultimate figures. Just depends what gear you want. They have an NWO one and one with his neon gear. King Electric. So is there a Storm Marina Terry Bogard coming out? If so, that one is a must-have. With absolutely no knowledge of who else they could do, I feel like the original classic team of Terry, Andy, and Joe would make sense for another 3 set of King of Fighter figures. Hopefully, that'll be the next one they show us. Meet up confirmed. Let's do it. I did. I was there early Saturday. Yep, not that early, but I was there. Harry G, keeping my fingers crossed for NECA doing a Muppets line. Jeff got me wanting a Muppets line with his love for Palisades. Palisade lines, definitely one of my favorites. Just awesome. They did tremendous work, and I think NECA they wanted to expand from Sesame Street, but they still got a little ways to go before I'm like clamoring for them to do the Muppets. Give us as many Sesame Street figures as you can. Maurice, from Kid Basham Brown and Tan Wolverine using the Wolverine body, the claws from Brood Wolverine, and the Dakin head should be good enough for now. I got to know what that looks like for you. Great. King Collector. Lawson, I agree. I thought Target's app was worse, but Walmart is just on another level. Lawson. Someday I hope Jim Cornette allows Midnight Express figures to be made by another toy company. We get sculpting. He does his own exclusive figures, but they aren't great. Yeah, they're toy companies. I mean, they're okay. I mean, if you want an old school classic look, but they're so outdated. And I'm with you. I don't care about, I get it, not wanting WWE to have control of anything, but geez, just do a side deal with Mattel so we can get some better figures that have great articulation. Because a better Bobby Eaton and Sweet Stan and Dennis Condrey and Tom Pritchard and Jimmy Del Rey would be awesome. It's just one of those things. Okay, so now it's 10 o'clock and it's almost time to wind this bad boy down. Let's talk about the main topic for the night, where your underrated figures. Like everybody has some figures. Maybe they get neglected because you've got so many other figures you think are awesome. But when you look at it in your collection, like that is a really good figure. So let's see. I don't have really underrated figures, but I've got a bunch of McFarlane stuff that's relatively new. So I was looking around in my collection. I shot the Dr. Fate figure from McFarlane. And of course, I did a comparison with the old school Mattel classic DC Dr. Fate. And I was like, this figure is so well done. This is a great figure of Dr. Fate. Maybe the only thing that I would think is an improvement over with the McFarlane one is the cape. But I mean, that would make sense in that line. Is the recess eye slot in the mask and the helmet of Naboo. That'd be really cool to get, but that figure is really well done. Another one I don't think I appreciate enough is the Sandman figure, probably because McFarlane showed their take on it. It's like, no, not like this. The DC Direct Sandman figure that we got was much more Vertigo inspired. So the Mattel one, just being a dead on classic Sandman that can fit in with the original Justice Society, makes him so great to me. And I really appreciate that figure. And it's just like he's a really good, they did a really nice job with him. Yeah, he's using a suit body, but so what? That's Sandman. And I think they did a really nice job with him. Moving over to my wrestling figures, that Akeem figure. Let me see here. I know I took a picture of him just so y'all could see. But this guy, he's fun and he's goofy. Here's both Dr. Fate and Sandman just so you can see him behind Gentleman Ghost, who I don't think I underrate because he's too good a figure to do that. But these guys look really cool. And I think they did a nice job on both of them. Here's that Akeem figure I mentioned earlier. He's great. And they have the head sculpt just right on him. He looks ridiculous. He's got the dashiki, happy Juneteenth. And he's just a lot of fun. And big figure, you can do a lot because he's got all the cool movement. And another underrated one who maybe will get an updated version in the Ultimate Edition line Coliseum collection. It's Hillbilly Jim. This guy is scaled properly. He looks really good. And they got his expression down. He's got his horseshoe chain. He's got chest hair, cloth, jumpsuit overalls. Very nicely done. And, he's just a simple figure, but they did a really good job with him. Another one, maybe not so underrated, but just awesome, that doesn't get enough attention, is the Big Van Vader. And I know we just got an Ultimate Edition Vader, but this one is so well done. Let me see, is there another one? Oh, yes. DC Essentials Reverse Flash. His head sculpt really shows him as like the diabolical, conniving villain. And I think his colors really pop. The Essentials line overall, underrated. And I think he's one of my favorites because I really like the shade of yellow they use with him. For the G.I. Joe Classified series, there's so many great figures. It's hard for anyone to stand out. But I really love how Airborne turned out. And I think they did a good job. I gave him one of the Crimson Guard guns because they did not give him that one, and he really has. But I think they did a great job with him. And he's got all the stuff that I want. He's got a great head sculpt. His colors pop, and it's just like they nailed it with him. So I really dig that. And let's see. The Marvel Legends front, North Star. He's a real, this head sculpt, perfect. They really captured his personality there. I like the pearlescent white that they used for him. Aurora's pretty good, but she's, got that older articulation. North Star just really looks good. They nailed his look, his whole personality. Great looking figure. I'm trying to see if there's any other ones before I go to y'all to see what you guys think. And just because there's so many Muppet figures that are great, Statler Waldorf can never be underrated because I love seeing those two. But this, having a full set of the Electric Mayhem on display is just awesome. And Palisades really, really deliver with these figures. Will you get in focus? No, okay, you don't want to get in focus, but you can get a sense what they look like. Great figures. So that's my list. Let's go to you all. Let me go to everybody who I start now. Blaze Star. I don't know if I had this underrated. I just know I have a huge collection. Cool. The Vegas Steaky. Marvel Legends Shatterstar. Terribly underrated. Yeah, he's a really fun figure to pose too. Hot Banana Water. My most underrated figures would be the all the Dark Knights McFarlane made in the beginning. Seeing them individually isn't much, but all 7 together, they look amazing. That's pretty. Yeah, that's a good point. Like having a collection of figures, that is pretty fun. Yeah, and it does help. Where it's like, man, it's cool seeing them all together as a unit. Let's see. Maurice, most of my collection is bagged in storage, so it's not really a sacrifice per se. Retro Robo. Lawson, I think the 80th Iron Man is incredibly underrated because it's the best Mark IV Legends is done. It's a shame that we didn't get a Mark III figure with a red and gold like this one. Yes. It was funny because he was one that I was thinking of. And I was like, everybody loves this figure, right? But yes, it's so good. And I love the fact that we have it in gold. We've got it in that yellow. So whichever way you lean, you get it. And that figure is a really well done figure. I'm with you big time on that one. King Elector, that Fate is a really good looking figure. The classic look is best. It is. It's so clean. And that's what I love about those golden age costumes. They're really plain, but they just get it down just so. Now, all those golden age characters, they have to do a little bit of tweaking with the looks, but once they nail it, it's perfect. Dr. Fate, he needed the gloves. With that element on there, I mean, there's nothing else they needed to do. But yes, for sure. Method to Madness. Whew. Thought I missed the stream. Got sidetracked with setting up a new hanging shelf from Ross on clearance for my few Cobra figures from Jadro Classified series. Yeah, Ross is great for those hanging shelves. How did you manage to do yours? I wasn't able to get mine up in time for the show, but hopefully next week y'all will see that. David Thanos. One of the most underrated WWE figures is the Peter Maivia from the Maivia 3-pack. I agree. Sneaky, excellent figure. And the tattoo detail work, awesome. Head sculpt, really good too. Harley Race from the Territory 4-pack. Yes, getting him in his NWA look, awesome. Retro Robo. What's up, Method? I shouted you out earlier. Thanks again, man. Yes, sir. Lawson Wallace. I think a lot of McFarlane Multiverse figures are underrated too. Red Tornado and Dead Man come to mind. Legends Wonder Man, Blue and White Wasp, and then Hawkeye. Excuse me. And then Hawkeye on the hoverbike, 3-pack Daredevil too. Excuse me. Drink the water too fast. Red Tornado is fun. I wish his colors were a little bit brighter, but yeah, he's a solid figure. Dead Man is really good, of course. Wonder Man. Which Wonder Man? The black and red or the safari jacket one? Blue and White Wasp is great. Hawkeye, yeah, just great. I wish I had that 3-pack Daredevil too. Henry G, on the same page, Mr. Lyles. DC Essential line, particularly Wonder Woman and Nightfall, Catwoman. I didn't get Catwoman, but I really love that Wonder Woman. She's such a nice figure. Yeah, but that line overall was really fun. That's a sweet Electric Mayhem display. Man, Maurice, the line is so much fun because it's just, you could, in the play sets, make it so easy to display them. Maybe I'll show y'all my Muppets collection next week. Now, guys, MCU Baron Zemo. It's a nice figure. Method of Madness. Just glad my weekend starts tonight. Nice. Thanks for the shout out. I have to watch the stream archive later. Yeah, very soon. Retro Robo. I think my Super 7 Joes are the most underrated ones I own. They aren't great for posing and aren't in the scale I like to collect, but dang, they look so cartoon accurate and cool. I would have gotten all in with that line if they did Flint and Lady J right, but the paler skin just threw it off for me. Just totally. Blade Tarpley. Most underrated, the NECA Flash Gordon movie figures. Flash, Megan Prince Fulton. Blink and you might think they're real. The paint and sculpt could not be better. I wish they showed more figures in that movie because it's like, great. You started. Are we going to get a wave 2 and 3 and 4? Because that's one where I feel like Flash Gordon fans have been burnt a little bit too often where a company starts, they stop. We don't get a full movie setup. This is one where I was like, well, they're going to do more because they look great. And I really see the figures on the shelves. But yeah, man, it's just like, but they do look awesome. Method to Madness. I think the most underrated figure in my collection is probably the Soul Reaver Raziel. Is it Raziel? Raziel figure. I'm looking at her across from my desk. I forgot who made those. NECA maybe, but I'd love to see new ones. They are. And I have that figure too. Very fun. A very cool figure. Henry G. Not to mention McFarlane just knocked the Dark Knights metal team in the first year. Ironically, hasn't completed a team since. Yes. It's just so easy. Lawson. Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man gets praised, but it's a better figure than a lot of figures like Renew Your Vows, which is too big. The Amazing Fantasy doesn't have toe joints, but doesn't need them. I can pose him in gray poses. David Downs. Also, Frankenberry is another underrated figure. Yeah, he's a really good one. Eric. Underrated figs, Marvel Legends, Ultimate Iron Man. One that we just got. McFarlane DC, Adam Strange. Yes, he's a very fun figure. G.I. Joe, Tonal Rat, or any Dreadnought. Buzzer would be the only exception, just because of his lousy glasses setup. He's the only one, but all the rest of them are awesome. David Thanos. Dead Man is a good one. Eric. Also, Neck of the Phantom figure, so comic accurate. Yeah. Method of Madness. I mentioned this before on an earlier stream, but that Retro Carter Scarlet Witch is criminally underrated. I'm glad I picked up 2 when she was $10 in Ollie's. MCU She-Hulk wasn't bad either. The MCU She-Hulk is a great figure for a a character that wasn't the best in the show. But yeah, that retro Scarlet Witch is really good. I can't believe she was $10. Lawson. I feel like people dog on the Daredevil from the three pack, mainly because they were feeling 3-pack tax when they only wanted Daredevil. His head sculpt solid too, but people just pick it apart all the really they do. That's wild. Figure looks great. And maybe they are hating on it because I thought the Daredevil figure was great. I do want to get that one, this pack with Hydra Man, because that's using the same buck, just with the cell shading that I really like. Harry G, Disney She-Hulk. Yes. Great figure. Lawson. Also, Daredevil's boots and gloves weren't always different colors of red. That's a modern thing. Modern. I do like it when we see sculpts on the figure for gloves and boots, though, not just pants. Yes, absolutely. Lawson. Adam Strange is a lot of fun. He is. I really love that mask sculpt too. That's cool. Eric T. That Daredevil 3-pack is peak. AJ, what's up, AJ? Mezco Deathstroke poses pretty well. It just looks cool. They took the Arkham design and made it their own. That's true. It is a really nice figure. David Thanos. Put one of those WWE rubber bands they use for heads on Buzzer. Really? That holds them on? Wow, okay. Blake, so true, Jeff. They need an ornate Dale Arden, Princess Aura, plus Flash and Escape red outfits, right? Prince Baron and Clytus with a dead bug-eyed head sculpt. Yes, all of those. Retro Robo. Another group of underrated figures I collected the Jack specific Simpson figures. They have more articulation than you might expect in nice accessories. Gonna be fun to build out Springfield. I think the reason those are underrated because a lot of people are not giving them a shot because Playmates did such an extensive line of Simpson figures. And I think people are like, I don't really need these figures. But seeing them kind of does make you go, well, do I need them? And I think for them, for me, it's like, well, I got the play sets. Could they even hope to do something like that? And it's an uphill battle for them. But I think they're nice looking figures. Henry G, I can't say any classified figure is underrated, but the classified rock and roll is still one of my favorite figures in my collection. Yeah, they knocked him out so well. Hey guys, Deadpool and Bob 2-pack. Okay. Henry G, Retro Coco, awesome figure. Yes. Lawson, can you tell that I can type 103 words a minute? What great thing to do for custom heads instead of blue tack. Glue a stack of O-rings inside the well and custom heads. Ball peg catches nicely and the head moves nicely. Huh. I didn't think about that one. That's pretty cool. Eric T. Honorable mention to Marvel Legends Cosmic Ghost Rider. Straight off the page and fun to fit in with multiple Marvel sections of my display. That's a really good choice. Because that figure did look cool. I just did not have any interest in him, but he does look cool. All right. I think that's it. Oh, giveaway. Right. I said we were not doing a giveaway tonight, which I did mean. But yeah, we are going to do one. So instead of doing it on Thursday, we're going to be doing it on Wednesday. How? Why? Well, that's easy. So we do Lyle's Movie Files every Wednesday. And, we talk about all kinds of fun stuff, the MCU, the DC extended universe, all that great stuff. And this week, our guy and I'm not sure if he wanted us to keep it a secret, so I'm not going to divulge his name right now. But he did say, hey, I've got a potential option for you for a giveaway. Let me know what you think. And so I was like, oh, this would be great. Since we've been talking so much about it, let's do it. Let's do this giveaway. So we are going to do it next Wednesday. Allows Movie Files, but it's probably something that some of y'all might be pretty interested in, especially for free. And it's 2 figures this time. And it's these guys here. The McFarlane Toys Superman and Crypto Collector Edition, or Deluxe Theatrical Edition. Superman and Crypto and Ultraman, whoever he may be in that purple suit. But it's really cool, really fun set. It's going to be coming to you next Wednesday. It's part of a special giveaway. So there you go. You can get these 2 figures. All you have to do is tune in next Wednesday at 8:05 p.m. for more information. we'll be doing a live giveaway just like we do every Thursday, or not every Thursday, but here Thursdays allows figure files. David Danos, not a fan of Springfield. Prefer visiting Quayhawk. Austin, stack O-rings up like lightsaber candies. Glue them together and to inside of the head works 100%. Thanks. Retro Robo. Yeah, I missed the Playmate ones. So I went all in on these. Got so hyped that I went back and got some of the Playmates talking sets, like the combo guys. How do they fit in with those? Because that was a big thing. The pegs that you would use to tab the figures in, a little bit tricky to work with over time. But if these Jax figures fit in with those, now you might be talking with me. Method of Madness wasn't too crazy about the Rebel Moon films, but that Diamond Select Nemesis wasn't bad either. Thought I'd throw that in there too. I don't remember the Nemesis figure. Right, check that out. Rick Cage, Valverse, Action Force, Arctic Troopers. Nice. Blade Tarpley, and subscribe to Loud's Movie Files too. Yes, go through. Snake Eyes, I'm going to lie. The Ultraman doesn't look bad. So you're saying in Bizarro Talk that it does look bad. David Adams, good idea. Could they use it on Movie Files? Yeah, come through. Retro Robo, they fit nice. Perfect. That's all I needed to know. Exactly. Subscribe. If not, you can't enter. Let's do it. Go ahead and subscribe to Lyle's Movie Files. That way you can also enter in and get that free 2-pack of figures. Thank you. Oops. Lawson, I sent you a giveaway idea earlier in the week, Jeff. Next week? Yes. Next week we'll do that one too. Oh, thank you. I'm not going to lie. I did. Yeah, I think it's a great idea for Ross to get exclusive figures. I mean, they know collectors are coming. So why not have collectors come for your own exclusive figure as opposed to discounted figures from other companies? So yeah, I love that idea. David Else, if you don't sub to Movie Files, Chief will come for you. King Collector, does the movie Ultraman have anything to do with the crime syndicate? That's a weird choice for a movie villain. Lex Luthor is the movie villain. We don't know who Ultraman is just yet. We'll see. We'll find out. Wow, it's 10:23. Thank you all for weathering the storm with me. That was wild and crazy. Thank you, as always, for tuning in every Thursday night. I appreciate y'all. And again, come through, hang out with us on Wednesday. We'll be giving away a multiverse version of Superman and Ultraman. So come through, have a good time. And again, if anything pops off between now and next Wednesday and next Thursday, I'll be talking about it because I'm going to have a lot more time, or at least 2 more weeks. So for now, thank you so much for watching. This episode of Lost Figure Files has been filed.